Wrestling fans, your boy the One here tonight to give you a review of Raw that just happened. So we start Raw off tonight with the Wyatt family, who tells Reigns he tried to warn him, but he didn't speak loud enough. So then Roman Reigns comes out and Reigns says it started here, so why not finish it here? Then Bray Wyatt tells the other two guys to leave the ring, and the fight is on. Reigns starts beating on Wyatt. Then the other two members of the Wyatt come back in to help Ray out. So then Ambrose comes out and starts beating on the Wyatts. Then Strowman takes Ambrose and Reigns out. They held their own on the three until Strowman takes out Ambrose, and then Orton comes out to even the odds. He went on the offense. Finally, the three send the Wyatts out of the ring. So then we go backstage with Seth Rollins is in the office, expecting to see Triple H, but he walks in to see Corporate Kane. While he's back at work, why he says he's back at work and tells him he has a rematch tonight with John Cena for the U.S. title. So then we have our first match, a rematch of last night's kickoff show between Stardust and Ascension against Neville and Lucha Dragons. The Lucha Dragons pick up the victory as Carlito pins Victor. So then Seth Rollins talks to Triple H Stephanie about Kane and tells Rollins he needs to focus on John Cena and they will handle the Kane situation. So Ryback then has a match with Bo Dallas and Kevin Owens comes out down for commentary. So during the match, Ryback wins with the shell shock. After the match, Owens attacks Ryback, but Ryback counters and tries to hit Owens with the shell shock, but Owens escapes. So then we have a celebration for Charlotte on winning Divas title. The celebration is rudely interrupted when Paige decides that Charlotte wouldn't be there and win for Ric Flair, and that Becky Lynch is the least irrelevant, and there's no Divas revolution. They're just there, and they will be what has-beens. They won't. Vicky Bella will win the champ again, and Natty does not even still have a job there. She hasn't been there in a while, and how it's all about the Bellas. And Steven Page walks out. So then the Bellas come out, and Nikki says that Charlotte's gonna lose tonight to Brie, and after that rematch, when they have the rematch, that she's gonna lose the Diva champion to Nikki Bella again. So then it leads us to a match between Charlotte and Brie Bella, which ultimately Charlotte picks up the victory as she puts Brie Bella in the figure 8, causing Brie Bella to tap out. So then we have a match between Sheamus, Mr. Money Bank, and Mark Henry. Sheamus wins after a second bro kick to Mark Henry, causing pick up the pinfall victory. Then he comes out to the ring and says he is the WWE champion. It's just a matter of time. So then we have Kane backstage with Triple H, Stephanie and Kane and Triple H is talking, and Stephanie says, "All right, we need to get on the same page. Glad to see you back, Kane." But she said, "There's one thing. I need the mask." Kane's like, "Stephanie, if I remember the last time that we had the mask I gave to you," and he said, "If you lost it, then there's gonna be a big problem." But he said, if I find it, I'll be sure to get back to you." So then we go backstage with Paige talking to Natty, and Natty tells Paige that she's been unprofessional and that she still wrestles there and she has a match tonight against Naomi. So then we have our next match, which is the New Day and Rusev, who takes on the Dudleys and Ziggler. Rusev and New Day wins with Xavier Woods. She stands on the apron and Ziggler turns around and super kicks Xavier Woods, and the turmoil goes in the air, but somebody catches it. Then Ziggler turns around and gets super kicked by Rusev. Rusev then ultimately picks up the victory. So then we have our match between Naomi and Natty. Naomi wins with the rear view after Tamina and Sasha Banks causing distractions. So then we have a big match between Big Show and Cesaro. And Big Show wins with the KO, knocking out Cesaro, picking up the pinfall. And being the Big Show goes on mic and says that a week from this Saturday, at Madison Square Garden, that he will knock out Brock Lesnar. He will beat Brock Lesnar. He said they had a long history going way back. Speaking of that, then they also have a rematch for the tag team titles when Dudley Boys get another chance to win the tag team titles that same night. It's called uh the the Back to Hell tour, featuring Brock Lesnar. For those you don't know. So that leads us to our main event, which is John Cena Seth Rollins for the U.S. title. Cena wins, retains the U.S. title by hitting Rollins finally with an AA. Then Corporate Kane speaks up on Titantron, says, "Hey Seth, look here, Seth, up here." And he says, that as he's back and as WWE champion, he needs to prepare because there's people come from all over different places he never could imagine, different faces that he couldn't dream about, his worst nightmare. So then the lights go out, and there's the Demon Kane coming through the apron, up through the ring, grabs Rollins and pulls him in. Rollins is trying to fight to get out of it, but he pulls him all the way in, and that's how the show goes off. So it's a pretty interesting thing. So now they're gonna do a twist where Corporate Kane and Demon Kane is going like they're not the same person. Just like back in the day when they had Hulk Hogan and Mr. America. Somehow the skit gonna end up being, I see it gonna end up being where they finally gonna get enough and say, if you're not Demon Kane, then who is? And then they're gonna say to prove it, and then they're gonna have it where they both show up at just around the same time, some kind of way, you know. So I see that's my check of it, and that's how I see how it's going. And so I expect the match to be at Hell in a Cell. Demon Kane, that is the first Seth Rollins for the WWE World Title. So that was the end of Monday Night Raw, as it came to an end in that fashion. Overall, Raw was fairly decent, but overall, I got to say, I expected a whole lot more better show than to back up that pay-per-view from last night. I liked the way it started off with the Wyatt family. Was expecting Y2J show up, but instead the Viper comes back. So see what that leads to when he end up being a partner finally, take on the Wyatts in the future, or are they gonna end up getting somebody else? Who knows? You never know from week to week. So that concludes this review. See you again Wednesday night to give you a review on NXT and TNA. NXT will have a rematch of the tag team titles between Von Billis and Blake and Murphy, and a new diva from the world of the country of Japan, Aksuna, whatever her name is, makes her NXT debut. Then on TNA, we have EC3 defending his world title against Rockstar Spud. I can't wait to see what that brings after TNA regains full control of his company by defeating Jeff Jarrett's Global Force Wrestling Army. So I'll be looking forward to giving you my review, my thoughts on those two shows Wednesday as soon as TNA gets off the air. So once again, that was the end of this review. And I am the Hawaiian. And I'd like to thank each and every one of you for subscribing to my page and for viewing my page. Looking for more viewers and more comments and more subscribers. I need feedback. I'm always open to suggestions. And I like to hear your opinions on how you think my reviews are. And I also like to hear your opinion, your thoughts about the nights that I review on, if you watched it. So, and what are your thoughts on some of the suggestions I make, or my opinions. Like I said, I know you might not agree with some of the things I say. That's why it's called my opinion. But anything you have to say, whether it's negative or positive, I'm I'm all ears, and I'm always open to listen. I don't take nothing too negative because everything that you say is only what you feel is your opinion. So everybody's entitled to their opinion on my reviews. So if you don't like me, it doesn't matter. If you like me, I thank you, and I hope I can continue to grow and to give you the best reviews as possible. But until then, I'd like to say peace, God bless, and I'll see you Wednesday night.